Okay, so I want to share with all of you that the inspiration also comes from those of you who have brilliant, great ideas, and it really starts here with the Word of God, and that being the cornerstone of family, cornerstone of the community. And really what has happened in our communities is that we've had a lot of homeless families due to flooding and storms. And here in just this region alone, um, actually it was in January, I was in Washington, D.C., and there was torrential storms and weather. So as you know, as the weather has been like this, and so many families, fortunately, and I'm happy to say this because I have lived in the Ozark Mountains, and it just how we're led and believe on the Lord for an answer, because I know when I see people are injured, and as a veteran and medic, a lot of the homeless issues today are because families are displaced. So um, I was really excited to hear their personal experiences, to see that there are people out here that are helping. And when we started, back out here, I lived in Branson, Missouri. So there was just recently a real major news story that most of you heard about. The family had just lost, well, one mother, she lost not only her husband, I believe she lost a couple of children and her father in it. So to me, really the mission work is not just being able to provide a roof, it's really grief support, it's the campfire experience. Everything about this is important for families to reach out to one another, especially in a time of need. So me personally, I'm grateful that all of us have the opportunity to minister to one another. I just talked to Chris, we just had coffee again. It goes back to really mission work and the starting place in the field report. So I hope all of us who ever have a few minutes of time, even just talks around things like, I know having previous training and even applied to school, some of it's just going back to school. So really, again, thank you all of you for making this mission just that much more important. As weather changes, as the weather is obviously been one of the main concerns, we need to make sure that our neighbors are okay. And it is about neighbors helping neighbors. It's the right thing to do, no matter who believes what they believe in, religion or not. It's just really looking out for each other. And that's just being a neighbor. Neighbors helping neighbors. And believe me, when the religious issue comes up, it's not really what we do. It's not. It's about really the mission at hand. And it's reading the Word, it's sharing the Word of God, it's spending time with the Lord. And it says the two or more together, so the Lord will be. And I believe that even as a medic or a nurse or anybody has volunteer training to help one another, that is the right thing to do. It's not about all these other things. If it comes down to this, when you start hearing about the stories of flooding and recovery and having search and rescue skills or any skills, to me, that is the mission. Because most of us don't even know in the application, if we're put in that situation, what we would have to do to help somebody in time of need. So all those job titles, all that aside, it's about people helping people, neighbors helping neighbors. We have a hurting world out there that needs the love of Jesus Christ and compassion for one another. And it's not about religion. It's about this walking, believing on faith and walking out in faith. Because there's a lot of people that have contributed and helped me to get to where I'm going. And I know that a lot of us, I would leave it right there. Because that's the truth of the Word of God. That's the truth of the Word of God, is to reach out to one another. And it's not about religion. In fact, the standard that the Lord is lifting up, He's lifting up a standard in all of our lives. So hopefully this outreach is broader than just this porch. Thank you guys for listening to this field report in the mission work. Neighbors helping neighbors. Thank you for listening.